3, 2, 1.
Yeah!
We are back. We are back. I'm wearing so much denim.
You know what?
I'm excited.
I love denim, for one. And second of all, I just last night bought 2 new denim jackets.
This is
on
insane.
top of 2 denim jackets that I already have.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I love denim on denim.
Yeah.
And I decided yesterday I busted out this denim jacket. So I bought these 2. So I'm getting a little, this is a messy story. I'm all over the place.
I love how it's like, hey, welcome to Regular Girls. Let's talk about our denims.
Denim. So I got 2 jackets from Zara because I love Zara. And one is like just like a standard, one's just a plain standard jacket. It's distressed, whatever. Then the other one has like a tiny ruffle detail just over the pockets. Very subtle, very cute. But then I realized, hey, you know you have a full plain denim jacket in the closet, right?
Yeah.
And then I put it on and decided that it is, in fact, an adequate jacket. But now I'm just going to have more jackets. And then I've predetermined that tomorrow I'm going to wear denim on denim.
Oh,
so I'm
that's
going to be
great.
looking like you tomorrow.
I mean, it's a real fun look. I'm going like 2 days unwashed hair, so I kind of have like a bob, like a mom bob. So I kind of just did look like a mom with a lost kid on Hollywood Boulevard today, but I'm okay with it.
No, it looks great. You're really
like-
rocking that top knot right now. It looks great. And I
Thanks.
was going to say before, we were having our pre-little show chat.
Yes, as we do.
Your hair color looks fantastic. I really like
Oh,
it.
thanks. It washed out real good. I was really concerned. I think I just wasn't used to the red hair, but now it's back and I'm enjoying it and I'm feeling.
I love it.
I'm feeling sassy. I saw a photo of Emma Stone. I follow her makeup artist, and she had this like fuchsia kind of purpley lip. I'm in. I got to go find that.
Oh, I would love to see that. I've never
yeah.
seen that on like a good redhead. Oh no, she's really blonde right now, isn't she?
No. This is when she had red hair.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm excited. And it's like no makeup, like just a little blush, like dewy blush, a strong brow, which I'm a fan of, and then this
Oh my
lip
gosh.
and the lip. So I'm gonna try that tomorrow.
That's always my favorite look. Little makeup everywhere, and then a cool, bold lip, and then everyone get in line to S the D's. It's the best.
Absolutely. And I will be wearing that to a deodorant commercial tomorrow where I've been told to get ready to show my armpit and dance a little.
Dreams can come true. That's good. Yeah, because here's the thing about a denim shirt is that if you don't plan on sweating a lot, it's fine. But if you sweat through a denim shirt,
You're toast.
You're screwed for the day, bud.
Okay, here's the thing. When I was a young gal, I didn't know what to call myself. I sweat so much. Like I was sweating so much that like my dream when I was a kid was just to be able to wear a light gray shirt.
Just buy that Hanes 3-pack and just go strutting down Queen Street.
I don't know if it was just like my small town upbringing, but like blank t-shirts were in for a while, and like from the Gap, like a Gap t-shirt, and I would see these like really popular beautiful blonde girls in my school, and they would all wear the light gray, and they would lift their hand up like, I have the answer to the question, and I was like, oh my god, to be given the freedom to do that.
Here's what I think though. I still think that look of a plain shirt is the best look. I'm obsessed with that.
Me
still.
too. Me too.
And I don't know if that was something that I grew up with. It's just like ingrained in my head. But I remember being a kid and just having this soft gray t-shirt. And I remember being in my room going, that's my favorite t-shirt. And then I don't know what happened to it. I was also 10. So I no longer have it. But just a plain, simple shirt. But they're hard to come across.
They are.
A good white shirt. I usually do white, but I'll deviate. Mostly because I don't like to wear a bra, which I realized today I can no longer get away with.
Oh my god, I have never been able to get away with. But let me tell you, I feel your pain, and that like sometimes I'll just like be around my house without a bra on. But now it's like sad. It's not fun. It's not a fun look, and it's not me like hating myself. It's me being like, you got to lift up the girls a little bit.
But okay, so this is where. So today I went to go get my nails done because I was well overdue. I like. It's funny. I like got married, and most girls like when they get married, they like start getting their nails done so they can show off the ring and stuff.
Yeah.
Where I was the total opposite because my nails had to like regrow. They were so thin from getting gels done, so I just had like really shitty nails. Like, ooh, I got married. Ooh, my like Edward Scissorhands hands come out. But I finally went to go get them done today. But I was wearing. So I have these like short overalls that I got. I think from the Walmart kids section.
Oh my god.
Maybe the Target kids section, but they're whatever. They're like a girl's large or something. I don't know. Anyways, so I was wearing those and I had this. Ooh, I also, side note, as I was just talking, I like just grazed down my shirt and realized that my boob had popped out of my bralette. Also disgusting.
Listen, I tried to wear a bralette once and I was just like, my boob ate it. It was like, girl, get this out of here. This is an appetizer for me. So
I'm wearing these overalls and I was wearing just like a gray tank t-shirt thing from Free People underneath. And like the top of the overalls like slid over and I looked down and I was like, I'm so offensive to everybody in the room right now. Like you can just like see my boob. Like, it's just there. It's there. You can see the shape. You can see where my areola would be. Not that it would be. It is there. You can see what's happening there. There was nothing left to the imagination. And I just dealt with it. I was also wearing a Dolly Parton hat. It was a real situation.
Wait, let's go back. What is this Dolly Parton hat? What is it?
It's like from her tour. It just says Dolly on it. It's pretty great.
Is it a baseball cap?
Yeah, actually, it's a trucker hat.
It's a trucker hat? Oh, I love
Dutch style, yo.
Oh, love that. I love one of those things. I love those hats. I run in a less cool one. I've started to work out in a cap, in a trucker cap.
You have to with that hair. With short hair, you have to.
I'm into it. It's really changed my life. But I'm just imagining you, boob out, Dolly Parton hat, children's overalls. Going, I'm married.
Inappropriate. What the hell? Like, what?
Dude.
Why did I... And I looked in the mirror before I left and was like, you got this. And then when I like sat down, and I have bad posture anyways, I was like hunched over and my boob was out. I was like, let's wrap this up.
I mean,
yeah, it was really bad.
I'm not one to judge. I was wearing high-waisted jeans to teach my improv kids today. The button had broke. I had to buy a button from Joann's where I had to like hammer it in. I was like, I will not give up on you. And I tucked in a turtleneck, and it was simply too much. I caught a side glance.
You wore a turtleneck today? Wasn't it hot?
No, not this morning. It was cold. I've since changed. I changed into my denim. My denim. But I watched Wonder Woman last night.
What'd you think of it? I watched it this week too.
Oh, oh my God! I'm so glad we can discuss this.
Yeah.
Because first of all. No, we won't give spoilers because we'll give people a chance to see it. But
everyone's already seen it.
Oh, I guess
everyone's seen Wonder Woman.
So the Amazonian women, I was like, these women are so badass. Like, I was just like, I felt like I got a little sassy after watching it, where I was like,
I should say, did you feel inspired? Because I did.
I was like, I'm really gonna like start working out. I'm gonna like put effort into myself because these like Amazonian women like know that they're just stunning.
Yep.
And I think is it Gal Gadot? Is that her name?
Oh my God. What a dream queen she is. I didn't really know much about her previously, to be honest. And let me tell you, I certainly did a couple Google searches.
Oh, now I heard that she was pregnant while she was filming that, which is insane.
5 months pregnant during some of that. What, like, that makes you an actual, real, literal Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, and like she was like so confident in herself. Like she was like, listen, I love Chris Pine, and that love continues after this movie. He was so smoking hot. I'm like, I am swooning.
I don't normally like Chris Pine, but I did really like him in the movie.
Oh my God, he's such like a man, but I don't think he's tall. But it says he's tall. It says it's 6'1" on Wikipedia, but I don't believe it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's like 5'8", 100%.
But doesn't he seem like a rugged man?
No, I don't think he did. In that movie, so in that movie, yes. But
yes.
So here's my thing. Normally, he's a little too pretty for me.
I agree. But if you Google him in real life, he's got like a beard. He's kind of got a Jeff Bridges vibe.
Oh, wait, but are you saying that because of Hell or High Water?
No. I'm just talking about if
he was great in that. That movie flipped my perspective of him too.
Well, listen, I need to watch that movie because I have such a bone for Ben Foster.
Oh my God! Then you have, if you love both of them, oh my God, watch it and then add Jeff Bridges. My bone goes more to Jeff Bridges. I love Jeff Bridges.
Of course,
what a hunk of an older man.
Now listen, him and Chris Pine used to like riff, like play guitars, and like they both like Chris Pine's into like patchouli, and they would just like chill out and hang out, and like. I am like blushing at the thought of it, but I love Ben Foster to a point of no concern. It's a problem.
I didn't know that Ben Foster was the baby daddy to.
I know.
To what's her name?
Laura Prepon. It makes me sad.
I didn't know. This was all news to me. I saw like I don't know who I was following on Instagram that I saw. Maybe she was like doing the late night circuits or something.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that she was pregnant. And then I was like on different websites and I was like, whoa, wait, she's with Ben Foster? I had no idea.
Now, here's the thing. Now, I love Ben Foster, so I keep up on the news. In that, he doesn't have any news. But who he's good friends with is David Cross. Because I follow David Cross's wife, Amber Tamblyn, on Instagram. And they're always hanging out with Ben Foster. But he was dating Robin Wright, who was in Wonder Woman.
That's right. I remember that. I actually kind of like them together. And then
Me
how
too.
about Robin Wright in Wonder Woman?
Amazing. However, can I say one thing about Robin Wright from Wonder Woman? When she opened her mouth and that accent came out, it was a little tough. It was a little tough.
For a loop. Yeah, I know. It did throw me for a loop too. I was so into this movie though.
Me too.
You know what was so great about it? And like, it was funny because I went and saw it with John, and like at the end, everyone started clapping, and he was like, "Well, oh wait, we're clapping," and I was like, "Yeah, you're in a theater filled with women that are like, finally." Like when she was like, basically Wonder Woman's like, "I'll take care of everything. You guys get behind me." Like, women are really the superior species.
Absolutely. And when in that one scene when they're like, "Listen, we're not here to save everyone," and she's like, "Screw that," and then she just are. Okay, here's my only couple gripes from Wonder Woman, and I think it's just me, but like anytime she jumped, she's so tall, but anytime she like jumped into the air, I was like, okay. I just like was kind of giggling at how kind of silly it was. And then every time she ripped her dress off to reveal her Wonder Woman outfit, I thought, okay.
Come on.
Well, when she's in the trenches in that like, oh my God, incredible Victorian garb. And then she's just like, I know what to do. But then, I was laughing at how cheesy it was. But then I started getting emotional because it was so badass.
It was so badass. She walked out there and like, when she like, the first time she shows up and like her hair's all down and you like really get to see Wonder Woman like in her colors and stuff. You're like, oh my God, it's happening.
It was incredible.
The thing that she does is happening. And like all the other guys were like, oh my God, like what a bad bitch. And she just destroyed everybody.
I loved it. And I also loved seeing Chris Pine hold his penis in his hand, and his body was amazing.
He did have a great bod.
Again, my obsession knows no bounds. I think I might make him my phone desk background for just a little bit.
Just for a sec, yeah.
Just for a sec. I'll have to replace him with my current one, which is Jake Tapper from CNN.
Oh my God.
I'm in love with him. We should just title this. This is going to be a ramble, guys. We did it last week. We're doing it again. Jump in.
Ramble on. Ramble on.
I'm developing some weird crushes that I don't understand what's happening, but Jake,
I like that. I don't really have a lot of crushes.
What?
I don't know. I mean, other than like Tom Hardy, everyone else falls way to the wayside after Tom Hardy.
Did you see the preview for Christopher Nolan's new movie and Tom Hardy's in it?
Sure did.
Wow.
Sure effing did. It looks unreal.
It looks so good.
Have you seen the movie trailer for 47 Meters Below or whatever?
No, what is that? What's that about? What's that about?
Oh my gosh, it's Mandy Moore and I can't remember the other girl that's in it.
Oh wait.
And they get in the Shark Tank.
Yes.
Oh, I almost had a panic attack watching the trailer. What a terrible idea.
Okay, here's again my concern. Now
okay.
I love Mandy Moore in like Walk to Remember. End of sentence. Like, I don't know if I like Mandy. I like Mandy Moore's style.
Did you not watch This Is Us?
Okay, I did watch like the pilot and I watched a couple episodes of This Is Us and then I stopped, but I know that it's good. I love her husband so much in it. It's such a babe.
Good. Like,
is she good?
She's very good in it. She's very charming. But yes, it is a little bit like Mandy Moore in Walk to Remember. Like, she just is like charming and easy. But then, you know, she's got a couple other scenes. But like her, because it goes back and forth of her being like an older woman to like young Mandy Moore. Yeah. It kind of goes back and forth. I think she does a really great job in it. Like,
that's great.
More so than I would have thought, because I think it's fantastic that Mandy Moore is having this like career resurgence where she's just kicking ass.
Me too.
So I think it's cool that she's out doing this other movie when like she's got a really great TV series on. So I mean, not actors can take work obviously whenever they can, and that's fantastic. But like, yeah, I'm all for Mandy Moore right now. I think she's really doing it.
Let's not get it twisted. I do follow her on Instagram. I love her hair, and she is funny and charming. And I did like her in the pilot a lot. I just, for some reason, couldn't get into This Is Us. I don't know why.
Oh, weird. I got so into it. Like, it was my favorite thing to just, I like plowed through it. I would drink wine and watch it and loved it. And then, so I watched it on my own thinking that John wouldn't be that into it.
Yeah.
And then I was going off about it so much to him that he started watching it on days that I wasn't home. And then he also became obsessed with it.
Really?
And watched the entire thing and is devastated that it's over. He's like, when does it come back? I'm like, well, it just finished. Like, I don't know. We have to wait. But
don't you cry every episode? Like, that's the thing that, like,
No, I didn't, but I'm not a big crier.
Okay. I will. Okay, this is a sidebar that just reminded me of this. Today in my improv class, we do a little show at the end of the day, and so there's older kids, middle-aged kids, and then like my young kids. The older kids did scenes today, and I was dying laughing so much. And this little girl in my class was like, "You were laughing a lot, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "I didn't laugh once. I'm a pretty hard laugh." It made me feel like an
Lord
idiot.
Michaels, get to the back.
I know, she's so cute, but I was just like, oh my God. I'm an easy cry, but when I know I'm gonna cry, I just like I will avoid it at all costs. Like if I'm like, oh, I think I'm gonna cry, I will not watch it.
Not me. I like a good cry. I actually embrace the cry. If I know there's something like, sometimes I like that. Sometimes I like to torture myself with movies that like. I actually watched this movie that was pretty good called Love Song. It's with Jenna Malone and Riley Key. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. And it was very good. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right.
Okay.
But it was good, and it's about this is very weird, but I keep watching like these lesbian based movies. And you know what? So did you ever see the movie Blue is the Warmest Color?
No, but I had friends who watched it and loved it. It's good.
It's so good. Like that movie, I ugly cried in. Like ugly cried.
That's terrible.
It's
like
so great.
Listen, I still think about how hard I cried when I watched What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Like that.
Man.
Like I mean,
that movie's a killer.
I mean, it has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. But I mean, I just get like, when I watched what was it? What's that movie with Mickey Rourke, The Wrestler? I still think
The Wrestler's a great movie too. I really like Evan Rachel Wood. She actually. She did a really cool movie that I need to look up the name of, where it's like her and Ellen Page. Right?
Oh, Who You Love and I Love too.
I love her. I love both of them. So they were like stuck in their like house in the woods. I'm looking it up right now quickly while I'm talking. It's called Into the Forest. Is this right? Is this the one I'm looking at? Into the Forest? It sounds right. Yes. So Into the Forest was really cool. And like there's this really horrifying rape scene in it.
Oh my God. See, this is what's killing me. I get so scared.
I know. It's tough to watch, but like the performances in the movie are fantastic. So good. But like that movie is excellent to see. But watching Blue is the Warmest Color, I watched that movie one night and like I watched a trailer for it and I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna watch it. It's like 3 hours long.
What?
Super long.
It's
in French.
Too long.
So there's like, it's 3 hours long and it's in French. But it's unbelievable. I'm obsessed with the actresses in it.
Really?
So watching that movie, like it is like, I love a good love story. And this is one that just like, oh my God, it rips your heart out of your body. So that movie was fantastic. And then I watched this other one that I thought might be kind of like that, I can't think of the name, so it's not even worth bringing up because it wasn't very good. But then watching Love Song the other night, I watched it on my plane, and it was very, very good.
Really?
So,
these are good recommendations because I need some movie recos. But 3 hours, like Wonder Woman was 2.5, and I thought we could have probably cut about 40 minutes from this.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, it was all badassery.
Like movies in general are always long now. Movies are always long.
Oh, remember when it was just Judd Apatow who did 2 long movies?
Oh, my God. You know what I watched last night, though? Stripes. I'm on a Bill Murray kick.
Wow. That's a way back playback for you young ones listening, but a well worth watching movie.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I was at home and I was like I went on like iTunes and I looked up John Candy. I wanted to watch Canadian Bacon, which was not.
Oh my God,
it's not on iTunes, so it wasn't there.
That's weird. It's not on Netflix or Crave or anything of those cool things?
I didn't check. I doubt it's on Netflix. No, actually, I punched in John Candy and I think only like Uncle Buck came up or something, which is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Uncle Buck's great.
It's one of my favorites. But anyway, so yeah, I punched in John Candy, and then Stripes came up, and I was like, actually, I am going to watch that. And I think I'm going to do another Bill Murray and or John Candy movie tonight. I don't know which one, but that's my plan.
Ooh, I watched a Norm Macdonald's comedy special on Netflix.
Oh, was it good?
Yeah, I love Norm Macdonald. He really can do no wrong.
Yeah, he's the best. I love Norm Macdonald,
It was a bit of a slow special, but there were some zingers that really got me, which was nice.
I watched Sarah Silverman's. Did we talk about this? We talked about Sarah Silverman's?
I think we did last week, but I haven't seen it yet, but I love her.
Me too. She nailed it. She was very, very good. Yeah, she's fantastic.
Her boyfriend's like really, like her and her boyfriend. I love how I'm like friends with them. No.
Michael Sheen, right?
Yeah, but he has like moved back to Wales. His daughter turned 18 and he was like, cool, I want to get back into I want to get into politics. I'm going to go move back to Wales. And Sarah Silverman's like, okay, I'll visit you when I can.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They've been together for a long time, right?
I guess so, yeah. And you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of the guy from The Americans who's with Kerry Russell.
I don't know that. Kerry Russell's a dream.
Oh my God. Do you not watch The Americans?
No.
Are you freaking kidding me?
I don't even know what it is.
Dude, you and John got to get into The Americans. The Americans is Kerry Russell and Matthew Reese. No, is it Matthew Reese? I'll look it up. I say freak out. So here's the backstory, and this is what got me in because we love a little love story, and I love
Break
a little.
Break it down one time.
Hello. So Kerry Russell and this guy, they play a married couple that are Russian spies during the Cold War. So it's like in the 80s.
Oh, cool.
So first of all, the style is out of control. And
oh shit,
Kerry Russell looks amazing and plays a badass. Basically the husband is the one who has the emotional emotional issues with like being Russian but living in America, and they have these kids, and they were just put together as a couple, and they had to kind of learn to love each other, and like now do they love each other? They don't know, and it's like they have to kill people. That's like sex espionage, like
cool.
Kerry Russell beats the shit out of people, and it's believable, and she's tiny.
She's so tiny, and like she's miniature size.
Oh yeah, and she's badass. Like she's like whatever. And then so what the backstory though is they were both married. I think they were both married, or at least she was, and they met each other on and fell in love, and the chemistry.
Wait, this is in real life?
Yes. So like he kind of like when you first look at him, you're like, oh, I don't really think he's that attractive, and then you start seeing the chemistry between them, and you're like, I'm in love with this man, and I need to be with him. He's
Step aside, Kerry Russell.
The chemistry between them is undeniable. Like it's
like
great.
Better than Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, because that was some pretty good shit.
I would say, yeah. I mean, that's like two hot people, like making
in
pancakes,
hunter boots, and a button down.
Yeah, it's like come on. But this is crazy because like the chemistry is insane, but also the show is just like it's just unbelievable. I think it's one of the best shows on television right now.
What's it on?
FX, but you can get it on iTunes. Like, you can buy some seasons on iTunes, but it's
I love buying a season. It's on
Amazon. It's on Amazon if you have that Amazon Prime.
Oh, I can do it on that.
Yeah, no, I
got all the Prime. Prime it up.
Well, then it's free, baby. It's on.
Oh, I'm gonna do that.
It's so you and John would love it, and you have so many seasons. It's like something you can really get into.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I watched the pilot for The Handmaid's Tale.
I can't, and I won't.
Why?
Okay. Not that I'm being negative, you guys. I read the book.
Oh my God. Don't get on it. Just because one person said that you were negative, it's fine.
No. I just mean that I've gotten flack from friends for not watching The Handmaid's Tale. Because they're like, it's amazing. You have to watch it. But I'm like, I read the book. It super scarred me. I was like... I remember reading it in school being like, this is too much. I can't handle it. Like, whoa. And then seeing the pilot or seeing the trailer where like they're in the red dresses and they're laying down and the dress is going over them. And I'm like, that's exactly what it was in my brain. I'm like, it's
crazy.
I read the book and sobbed. Like, how was it? Tell me everything.
So I've only watched the pilot and I didn't read the book. So I was just like, yeah, Margaret Atwood, Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
Okay, great. But I really didn't know much about it, so I honestly walked into it pretty blind. And it's a very good show. But I tweeted about it yesterday.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my God, have you guys got your eyes on this? And a lot of people felt negatively towards it, like didn't like it. They all thought it was crap.
Why?
Which I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. People.
That's weird. Everyone loves it.
That's what I thought. I couldn't imagine not enjoying it, but it was like, it's super badass and like, I mean, not badass. I mean, it's just like, it's very, it's a lot to handle. It's a lot for your brain to kind of soak in while you're like watching these women the only women that are left that can reproduce, and like, they're like in these situations, living in these houses, and there's like, it's very bizarre. I'm going to keep watching it. I can't give like my full review yet because I just watched the pilot yesterday, but I really liked it. I'm going to keep watching it to see where it goes.
Maybe I should give it a chance. I think it's also like, I know that that's going to be an intense show. Like, it would be like when I watched Breaking Bad, I would have to take a break because I was like, this is too much for me. Like, I can't handle it. But I should give it a go. What's the lead actress's name in Handmaid's Tale?
I knew you were going to ask that, and I knew I wasn't going to have the answer.
It's Elizabeth Moss.
It's Elizabeth Moss. I was reading something the other day that she was talking about when she didn't know if she was going to take that role, and she considered turning it down because I guess she got offered the role, and then she sat with it for a bit and pretended that she didn't get the role and felt so horrible and jealous of whoever took it. So she ended up agreeing to doing it, and it's been so great for her.
I would imagine.
Yeah, man. So here's my question. I feel like a lot of actors are working nowadays. Is this a thing? Because there's so many different shows and so many different networks, and like,
you think
there's
everyone
Hulu
has
specials,
right?
There's Netflix specials.
Right.
There's just regular film and television. Don't you think people are doing all right? Right?
I mean, I think they are. I mean, I think there's a fear. This is like such a deep conversation, but living here in LA, like, the thing is, I think there's a fear of like finding new faces. So I think they're just like, okay, we'll just keep like just these huge stars. Like, why is John Lithgow on like an NBC pilot? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's like, so it's like, that's what I think. Like, even celebrities are doing commercials now. So it's like, I feel like we're seeing them everywhere, but it's like, there's a huge fear of like not wanting new faces at all. So it's
that's really disappointing.
It is. Like, I mean, this pilot season, I can only speak for myself. And I know that I'm like a very specific kind of like cast, but yeah, it's like,
how? Like, what do you mean you're a very specific cast? How?
Again, I feel like hilarious even explaining it, but it's like, I'm not going to go out for like the hot like lead lady.
But don't you feel like those roles are kind of like going away a little bit, or no?
I still think that you need to be like stunning, and I don't think I'm ugly by any stretch, but it's like when you go to LA, you're like, okay,
right? Yeah,
I
get that.
You see people like I once went to an audition and I thought it looked super cute, and I had like, they wanted you to wear your glasses and be quirky, so I had like my leopard glasses on. I was like, oh man, I look so freaking cute today. And I showed up and they started laughing and they were like, oh my god, thank you for coming in costume. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, what?
Oh yes. I
find that whole thing very confusing. So I've never gone out for pilot season, and I would love to for this upcoming one. To kind of get like amp up to do that. But I was thinking about that today because I need to go get a new agent and stuff. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, I don't even know how to like dress for those things.
Oh, you're fine. You'll be fine.
But what's weird, so, I mean, I've been in LA many times, but I think I have, like, more of that East Coast mentality where everyone on the West Coast is, like, laid back. Like, I don't know, like, what's underdressed, what's overdressed. I don't know what's what.
Oh, no, listen, like, I mean, people are, it's the same. Like, people dress however. But I feel like I don't really look like a lot of the girls you're going to see, like,
Which is great.
Yeah, but then it's like, oh, she's funny, so that means that she's only, like the only commercials I really book are like woman who like maybe wants a snack, but is she going to be bad and have it? Like that's
my god.
But look at this, like, okay, and I usually book commercials that were meant for like older women. Like I did a commercial and the woman was supposed to be 60.
What?
Yes. And then and they gave me her outfit. I was wearing like a 60-year-old woman's like blouse and I was eating eggs. It was so
What was it for?
It's for McDonald's.
Oh my god.
And I remember Brendan's mom, I think she's so sweet. She's so lovely. But she was just like, yeah, that one. You looked a little like it was so bad. And even Brendan was like, I think you're beautiful. That I know that you're beautiful. But like, That one's hard. That one's a hard one to watch.
It's really tough when you see yourself back on television doing something. You're like, it was just a thing that I was doing. I don't actually look like that, right?
I know, but people,
right?
Yeah, that one was brutal. I had to like eat an egg wrap, and it was like not a good thing. And the director was like just screaming at me, like, do you just hate this? And I was like, yes, they're cold eggs in a weird wrap. I'm wearing a 60-year-old woman's blouse from Reitman's. This is a nightmare. But this is what I think is hilarious is like I think there's so many new mediums out there, so like people can put out shows like, but I think it's funny when people watch something like Girls and they're like, this show's incredible, where'd this come from? And you're like, see, people want new faces and new bodies and new perspectives, but they get nervous.
I feel like a lot of times I mean, let some young people come in and change some stuff a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, not that that's like a brilliant like turn of events thought, but it's like, come on, man. Like how many times can like you have like a 60-year-old man tell you like how a woman should look? Like, come on.
And it happens all the time. All the time.
You don't have to tell me, girl.
Oh yeah. I know, you know. Well, you would, yeah, but it's like, it's just horrible. It's like, and that's why I love something like Wonder Woman, where you're like, you know, some people will say it's like lame that like all of us women are like getting behind it, but it's like, why shouldn't we? It's like a female lead, female director, like.
That's what I find frustrating is like, I saw something like, it was like this like funny meme of like, oh, finally women have a movie to get behind, they're never going to shut up about it. And like, yes, I get that everyone, like men, feel like women are on their high horse or on their milk box of wanting to talk about like getting opportunities and doing stuff, but like maybe it's like in your face a lot, but like you also don't know what it's like to be a woman trying to get shit done.
Absolutely. And here's the thing, it's like, you know, I feel like it's kind of ridiculous for men to think that it's like, oh, well, you just have to put your head down and work like as a woman, like it all. It's like, yeah, absolutely. We all have to put our head down and work, and it's hard for everybody. But it's like, let's at least recognize that there's some extra goddamn hurdles that we have to step over. Like,
yes,
like Gal Gadot's like even as Wonder Woman, she's still in the skimpiest little outfit. Yeah. And Chris Pine is wearing a fur coat beside her, you know, like.
Yes.
And it's like, that's insane. Like, that's insane.
And like, what, you know, I did like the scene when she was trying on the different clothes to blend into the thing. And then she came out and I was like, that's a great outfit. Like, finally, what a good outfit. And her like poking fun at like how stupid it is of like the crap that women wear sometimes to like, I was watching Kimmy Schmidt. And it was an episode where it was like this like women empowerment thing, and it was like these like young girls being like, I'm just dressing like this for me, but they were like wearing like club clothes and like, I just want to dress like this. And they're like walking outside in the freezing cold. They're like, this just makes me feel good. I feel like empowered doing this. And it's like, come on,
you don't.
Be real. That's not life. Come on.
When I worked at Second City, we were beside a club, and I remember leaving every night in the winter, and just those girls with no coat and little dresses waiting to pay like $40 to get in. And I was like, guys, come on, just put on a leather jacket, go to a dive bar, and have like a way better time. This is ridiculous. God,
yes, I've never agreed more with something in my life.
Sure,
I was thinking about this today. I was getting ready to go do something. This was probably pre my boob falling out of my children overalls.
Hilarious.
But generally, I'm far too practical about things that like if something's not comfortable or I feel like I can't move in something, I'm like, well, I'm not going to wear this. I need something that I feel like I can function in.
Right.
And I always kind of put my practicality ahead of things like that. And I mean, to me, I think it's the right thing to do because it makes me feel better. But like sometimes I don't know if I need to just kind of like take one for the team and wear something that I don't really feel like wearing, but that doesn't make me happy. I don't agree with that.
But yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, do I need to push myself a little more? And it's like, but when I do, like if I go to like an audition, whatever, and I'm like, oh, this top kind of rides funny, but it's cute, so I guess I'll just like handle it. In the room, inevitably, all I'm thinking about is this goddamn shirt. If I was just wearing a regular shirt, I would be way more confident than this goddamn little shenanigan that I'm trying to like just force myself to be comfortable with. I mean, it's like bullshit.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than like I do this a lot. Like a lot of times, I mean, we're always in arenas for work, and I always wear pants now. I just always wear pants. I'm behind a desk like 3/4 of the time when I'm on TV, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
But like the idea of having to like stop, pull down my dress, shuffle along, put on my high heels, it's like A, you look so stupid.
Yeah.
B, you're not getting to where you need to get in an efficient manner. And C, it's just like, what a waste of time and energy to like, who am I doing this for somebody else? No, it's so stupid. Give me some cool pants.
Oh my God.
And I don't think that one is sexier than the other.
No, and like I think we've talked about this on the podcast before, but I'm a big cover-upper. I like a top button. I like a turtleneck. I mean, it's not a good look when you have giganto boobs.
I love that too.
I know, but I've got these big boobs. It's not even fun.
Them big old bitties?
Yeah. My friend, she said, like small boobs can be tits, but big boobs are like boobs. Like, no, tits are like little boobs. And I got big boobs, but I like a cover up. There's something sexy about it. Like a woman in like Gal Gadot in Wonder Woman, she was like all done up and she had hardly any makeup on, like and her hair. Oh my God.
I know.
Stunned.
She looked so good.
Oh, and her accent, get out of here. Is she French?
I think so. I mean, I would, yeah. Stunning. I know. I had to look that up after too because I was like, wait, what is happening? Like, there's
stunning.
She just brings a lot to the table, and I love Gal Gadot now. She is forever on my radar. I didn't know she was Miss Universe. I don't really follow that stuff.
She was?
Yeah, man.
Oh, did she have to deal with Donald Trump?
I don't know. Ooh. Probably in some capacity or another.
So I guess the theme of this week's episode is just Wonder Woman is just really doing it for us.
I was so happy to go see it though. Like John and I was like, Wednesday night, we're going to go to the movies. We're going to enjoy this. We're going to go see it. And it was just like, it was so great and it fired me up and it just made me want to like, reenact fight scenes and then just like accomplish real life shit.
Yo, I just said yo, hilarious. Guys, seriously, listen. When I was in theater school, we did this week of like what do you call it? Stage combat. And it was
fun.
Incredible. It was like full stage combat and then we did like swords and like other stuff. And I just was like, I would love to be in a superhero movie. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Because Brendan was saying that when he watched Wonder Woman, he just kept imagining me with like that truth lasso going, I command you. God. I command you. Tell me the truth. I command you.
So I feel like when I first got into wanting to be an actress, it was because of the X-Men movies. I really, really, really wanted to be in one of the X-Men movies so bad. And it was also because Ellen Page played Kitty Pryde. And I was like, oh my God, how cool. Because like, I don't think you really look at Ellen Page and think like, oh yeah, put her in a superhero movie. But like, she was so cool as Kitty Pryde. And they filmed so many of those movies out in Vancouver that I was like, maybe there's a chance that I could do that. And then it never happened. But yeah, I want to be in an action movie.
Me too.
I could mess somebody up or pretend to.
Also, I would love to just go on the superhero diet where like someone cooks for you and someone works you out every day and you get in the best shape of your life.
Oh my God! When Olivia Munn did that for X-Men, she looked fantastic. I mean, she always looks great. Let's not fool ourselves here. But she was saying how she put on muscle and she put on muscle, but then she also like just toned up differently. Like she just looked so good. Like
I'm in. Like I want that. I want that transformation. Like I want the Chris Pratt. Like someone give me the Chris Pratt, and I will be really excited. The Chris Pratt
me up.
I want to be in like a Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like funny and like it's also badass. And
yeah, I want to do a little badassery. I want to do that.
I know,
which is funny because I work in a place that has a lot of badassery happening, but not ever from me.
Well, you've given a hit and taken a hit.
I did slap Miz once, and it was a great time. And hey, I would do it again.
I screamed out loud in excitement when I found that out. I was like, ah!
Oh my God, it was I kind of did too. So I want to have a quick little bitch session about my workout today.
Please do.
It took every single morsel of my energy out of me. So I go to do this boot camp class because I was like, it's a class that I can squeeze into my day today. Great. I had a really bad workout yesterday. I just went to get on the treadmill and I was just like not into it.
Right.
So I show up and it's like an older woman that was in incredible shape. And there was only I guess there was like 4 other people that ended up in the class, which is always a bit of a bummer. But at first I thought I was going to be the only one, and I was like, I'm going to walk out if I'm the only one.
Oh
my
God,
don't
absolutely.
Even want to be here. I can't handle it. Also, I can hear Blue is fully destroying something in the hallway, but I don't know what it is. There's just a lot of loud banging happening. He's like dying to go to the park, which I will take him after this. But Anyway, so it's like this boot camp class, and the music was shit because
that sucks.
You don't work out to Elton John.
No.
I love Elton John, but it is not workout music.
No.
I need some like nasty music that makes me feel a little dangerous.
Of course.
And
Absolutely.
cool. And Elton John does not make me feel that way. And she made us do burpees like 3/4 of the way through the class when I was already exhausted, which I couldn't handle. And it was just bad. Like her counts were off. There's nothing worse than going to someone's class and they're like 5 more, and it's really 35 more. I just couldn't handle it. It was just so bad. I got back home and I was like, I don't want to do anything right now. Like I don't even want to go to the dog park, but I will do that because my dog is crazy if I don't take him.
I hate when that happens. Like I used to go to Flywheel. I mean, and then I hurt my shoulder.
What's that?
Okay, so Flywheel. Have you ever been to SoulCycle?
Yes. No, but I know what it is.
Yeah. So,
yes. No, I have not.
So SoulCycle is like a spin class, but it's like, like you can do it. And it's like aspirational, and it's like kind of like we're doing it. It's a community. Flywheel is like in the dark. And it's like for athletes. Like they show you how many calories you've burned, what's going on. There's a TV on like the top in the front of the class, and you race each other and you see where you're standing.
Oh, so it's like Orange Theory.
Yes,
kind
except just spinning, right? So that's all you do, and then you do weights. Like there's a stick, like a weighted stick that you pull out and do weights on it. It's like intense. Yeah. And like it's the same thing. It's like they had a Broadway class, which I thought in theory would be fun, and I went and I was like,
Broadway class. What does that mean?
You're working out to Broadway tunes and like this, and then the instructor's like singing along, and it's like fancy and it's like real fun. But I was like, no, listen, I don't want to like sing Les Mis while I'm working out. This just isn't happening. And it's also when
that sounds awful.
It was horrible. And when the counts are off, you're like, who cares? Like, I'm out of here. I'm done. Keep me focused.
Don't lie to me.
Yes.
Don't lie to me about it. Give it to me straight. And then we were doing like a bunch of like just so many lunges and so many squats. And she's like, we're going to do sit-ups next. It's all core next. And it was like 10 minutes later of doing other crap that I'm like, don't lie to me. Say we've got other stuff coming up. And she like her like encouraging was weird. She's like, come on guys, you can do it. Like as if we weren't doing it. I'm like,
I don't like that.
I get so mad during that I'm like, shut up. I turn into this like monster where I'm like, stop talking to me. And it like I did it in a hot room as well, like a hot yoga room. So you were like drenched. I was so sad. Everything hurt. And I just felt like my body was made of lead. I couldn't accomplish anything. I just wanted to come home.
And
buddy. Sit on my couch and do nothing. Yeah, it was really bad.
But you're gonna
it's not her fault. It was a me thing. I just couldn't get through it. It was so hard.
Well, you're gonna have a good sleep then. Have an Epsom salt bath tonight, and then go to bed. You'll like sleep like a little baby.
Sounds fantastic. No, I'm gonna get a spray tan and take some melatonin.
These goddamn spray tans. I'm very into them.
I'm into them. Listen, I do it before I have to leave to go do TV. I get a little bronze happening, and that's it. And then I'm going to get ready to have a hell of a time in New Orleans because I love New Orleans so much. It's one of my favorite cities in all of the United States of America.
Are you going to drink a margarita and get a beignet?
Yes, 100%. I've already asked John if he would get me a beignet from Cafe Du Monde. Have you? You say you haven't been to New Orleans?
I haven't been anywhere. Like, it's so sad. I don't go. I was in Spain. I went to Spain for a commercial once.
Which is very cool. That's great.
Oh, yeah. There was all women in the spot, and we found this little tiny town, and we walked around. However, it was the off season, so everything was kind of closed.
when I was in Spain, I felt the same thing. It's like every time I wanted to go somewhere, it was like weirdly closed. I didn't understand their hours. I know they take like the siesta. But I couldn't follow it. None of it seemed to be consistent. It was weird.
It was weird. I was there for a week though, and I will tell you, I drank so much, I ate so much, and I lost like 6 pounds.
Oh, because you walked everywhere?
I guess because I walked everywhere, but also I think like the food is just like it's just like the beer is like unpasteurized. I don't know. I drank beer and cheese and bread, but it was all like
That's
homemade.
All it's like the jambon, the cheese, the bread, and all of the sangria, wine, beer. It's fantastic.
But I've never felt thinner and like more like a woman. I wore big hats. incredible.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic! I love a good big hat.
I know.
I have many a big hat, which I haven't been wearing lately. I need to start getting those back into my life.
I know, but here's my question, because I'm glad that we fell upon this big hat topic. What do you do in the summer? Because I only have felted hats that are large.
Yes, you have to get straw ones.
Okay.
So I got one from this cool little store, and I haven't worn it yet, but it's straw and has like pom-poms around it, and it's really cool.
I'm going to need you to send me a photo of it when you wear it, because I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah, it's the same thing, but just like floppy. I had to throw one out today because I was looking at mine today. I have like one from Free People that's like a light pink one that's straw. And then I have another one that's like woven. It's not straw, but it's like a woven material that I got from like Urban Outfitters.
Really?
Yeah, but you know what? I think even if you go to Target, I think they have stuff like that. Target has great hats.
Oh, Target has amazing hats. They've
got really good hats. The only thing that's like tough about like a straw hat, like a big floppy hat, is sometimes they get too big because they're meant for like poolside stuff, so you can't wear those in real life, obviously, unless you're at a pool.
Right.
But if you can find like some smaller ones. I would go on, I always go to Free People for stuff like that, but Free People has good ones. Usually Urban Outfitters.
Right.
Michael Stars is another company that has cool hats. Those are some good ones to check out.
What I want, do you follow the what's the guy's name from One Direction? And do you follow? I sound like a mom. Which moms are cool, but I sound like my mom who's not cool. Niall Horan from One Direction. Do we talk about this?
No.
Okay, so he has a new song called Slow Hands. Someone told me to listen to it. They said it was really sexy. I was like, it's okay. It's a good beat. But anyway,
is it as good as Harry Styles? Because I really love Harry Styles' new jams.
Oh, me too. And I want to wear all of Harry Styles' suits. Like, I want to wear a fitted pink suit.
I wish I was Harry Styles.
Me too. I think he's in that Sailor movie, that Christopher Nolan movie. I think,
oh, really?
Yeah, I think I saw him in the preview.
Oh, cool.
But anyways, Niall Horan has like turned into a bit of a man, but he wears like those tiny like hats. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? They're not like huge floppy hats, but they're
like more of like a bowler hat?
Yeah, but like not bowler where it's like rounded.
Right.
But do you know what I'm talking?
Yeah.
It's like a tiny fedora. I want one of those. I want to with my short hair.
I had to search high and effing low to find one of those. Because I saw one on a picture of somebody and I was like, that's what I need. I was getting a little over the huge hats.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want something smaller because I'm like a huge hat person. And I found one and I got it from Free People. Blah,
oh, it's on Free People.
Yeah, I got mine from Free People, and it has there's like a little like feather in it and just like a ribbon that goes around the base of it, and it just has like a little feather in it. And I don't think it was very expensive. I think it was probably like $50 or something. But yeah, it took me a long time to find the right one because I went on ASOS. Mm-hmm. Oh, ASOS is another great place to check for hats. I went on ASOS and I didn't know what to call this fedora because it's not a fedora, it's not a bowler's hat, and now I can't think of the name. Let me look it up. But I ordered what were bowler hats from ASOS, and they were so ugly and so bad, and I tried to give them away to people. Yeah, they were so ugly. And then I found this one, and it was like the perfect right hat. They're fantastic. Let me find what it's called. Order history.
My life's about to change now once I get this name, because I was just like, that would be so freaking cute with a high-waisted jean and like a collared shirt, a couple of little fun brooches. Call it a day. Yeah,
I'm all about finding like the good hat. You know what else I like? I like and this is also from Free People. Oh yeah, like Free People has a ton of cute little hats. I'm on their website right now trying to find the specific one to tell you about.
Because I got
one from them that is a it's like a fisherman's cap.
Oh.
It's so great. And I actually wear that one more because it's easier to travel in.
I bet.
Traveling in a fedora or like a floppy hat like that, in theory, seems cool. Because I feel like so many times you like see like celebrities that are like, ooh, the celebrity at the airport in their cute hat. But like you can't lean back in your chair. So you end up having to take it off. It's a pain in the ass. And then I'm like stuck with it in my luggage. And then it gets squished. And then my whole dreams are dashed.
I just recently, or not recently, but the last time I flew, I tried to do the floppy hat thing with the big scarf, and I really was feeling myself until I leaned back and I was like, this is a problem, and then everyone had to see my greasy hair the entire flight.
So this one's called the Kempton lightweight felt hat, which is not the one I got because mine was not. This one's like $170. Mine was not that much.
Oh, wow.
But mine's like the same. I don't know if you can see
that's what I want, but $170 is crazy.
The one that I had, I don't see on here anymore, but it's honestly like the exact same hat but like $100 cheaper. I don't know why that one's so expensive.
See, that's the thing about Free People is like I've never gone into a Free People because I just feel like that's a store for people with little bodies, and like I just need a light little tank where I'm like I need a structured shirt.
I mean, yeah, structure is not something that they have a lot of. It's
but I'll
very
take
floppy and flowy and whimsical and flouncy, as you would say.
Right. And that's the thing. It's like I need structure and I need a store that sells structure because I feel like nowadays the style is like loosey-goose and I'm like, I need something that's going to hit me in the waist, make people go va-va-voom, and I go, thank you so much.
Va-va-voom. Yes. I don't know. I feel like it kind of goes back and forth on like, some stuff is very loose right now, but then I think there's other stuff that does have a lot of structure. I mean, there's still like, there's always a good classic button down tucked into your jeans because you can still like always do that look and put on like a little chunky heel and be at your best. Because I don't, like, you know, the other day, actually, John and I were going to the movies and I was like, I should put on something cute. And I put on this like long maxi dress and I was like, who are you? Get out of here. I tried to do it. I tried on 3 different dresses because I was like, oh, I should like try to look cute. No, it just took me out of my element. That's just not my style anymore.
No, I'm all about a good jean, a good boot, a good like a nice tuck in, like I don't know, like blouse. Is that the word? I don't know. I'm in something simple.
I even like if you just have on like a good like a mid-rise jean. And then just like a plain t-shirt, tuck it in, and then put on like a little bootie and like a cool hat. Like mission accomplished.
You're done. I mean, again, I would say more high rise, but that's just because my body's unproportionate.
But here's my thing with the high rise, and I do like high rise because it's easier to like move. You don't feel like anything's hanging out, but I feel that way about mid rise. The thing with the high rise is that it makes my ass look so long.
A tall butt.
I think I already have a bit of a tall butt, so it doesn't do me any favors in the butt area.
Well, my thing is, it's like I don't know if we've talked about this on the cast before, but I'm sure we have.
On the P-cast.
The P-cast, because I like talking about it. But I got real long legs, like really long legs. And
Good for hell. I mean, hell yeah. I wish I did.
Yeah, and they're like tall, and they're like my dad. They're super thin, but they're so long.
Oh, you have thin, long legs? What a bummer.
No, they're great, but I will say then they meet my mother's Greek torso. And then I'm like, oh, shit. Tops are too long, and crop tops are just a teeny bit too short. But a crop top is like a regular top to me. Like that hits my hips.
Oh my gosh.
I know I have really long legs and a really tiny torso and these kind of big boobs. So it's like, so I really have to search like low and high. Oh God, that's where my brain's at. But I have to search like to find good tops because jeans they have to be high rise. Have to. Mid rise, you're gonna see my butt. My butt crack will hang out. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've always thought that my butt crack was approximately just like 1 inch too long.
Really?
Yep, I have a long butt crack.
There was a friend of mine in Second City. I won't name his name, but we were on tour and his butt was always hanging out. Like his crack, we always saw his crack so much, and we were like, oh my God. One day we had it, and we were like, okay, let's call him like Bill. Bill, point to where you think your butt crack starts. Right? So he pointed to where he thought it started, and we lifted up his top. It was like an inch, like he was an inch off.
Oh my gosh.
It was
I
so
think that
high.
would be me. I also think my belly button is in a weird spot. It's like a little too high as well. Yeah, it's like not quite right. It's like a little bit too high. That if I put on like a crop top, yeah, like I don't know, it's in a weird spot. It's no good.
Yeah, my belly button the same way, but I think that's just like my torso is just like proportionately. That's why I'm like, yeah, give me a little
Bodies
waist.
are a tough thing. Bodies are tough.
Unless you're Gal Gadot and it's like you're just banging at 5 months pregnant in a goddamn corset.
Dutson Cruz was in there too. She's like a famous model. She was like one of the Amazon women.
Really?
I don't think I didn't see her. She looked amazing. Yeah, she was like another one of like the blonde women that was just like She's so great. She's such a babe. I follow her on Instagram, but she's got like such a cute little family and stuff.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I saw her on there. She was really great. Just like that whole cast, I thought was really cool. I loved the whole thing. It was such a fun movie.
It's so funny that you recognized a model where I recognized a girl I follow on Instagram, but she's just a CrossFit star.
No way.
And I was like, oh, that's the
my
CrossFit
God,
girl.
that's hilarious.
No, I got to really
like,
rein
point
it
it out, but I knew like John had no idea who she was, and I was like, well, whatever, I'll just note it. And now we've talked about it. Now it's out of my system. I saw Judson Cruz in Wonder Woman. I really liked it. Like, somebody like
honestly,
her who's like known as being like a model, that she was given the opportunity to go out and like do a little acting. I think it's cool. What happened?
I also thought it was cool. I mean, we're just going back to. No, you're good. I just am laughing at like we're just talking about the movie again because it really did change our lives. But I loved the first like 30 minutes was just women being freaking badass, and I'm like, has there been a movie like that before?
No.
Like
I don't think so.
They were fighting each other. Like they didn't need a man. And I also loved the scene with when she's in the boat with Chris Pine and she's like, we don't need men for pleasure. Like
my God, I loved that.
And then she was like,
yeah, when she said something about like how like men only worry about themselves during sex and stuff, and I was like, oh my God. Well, I mean, obviously that's not like breaking news, but she really just laid it out, and she's like, I know about everything. I read all 12 volumes of this like tantric book or whatever.
And he's like, I'm gonna need to read that. And she's like, you won't like
you have
it
on you. And yeah, she's like, get out of here.
I also loved how she was like, why? Like he was like, I'll sit over here and I won't sleep with you. And she was just like, why? Like she was just so commanding, and I loved how he was like, okay, I'll sleep beside you. And then she's like, why do people get married? Like, does it work? Why would they do that? I was like, it was just so awesome.
Yeah, just like the lines in it were so like blunt and like to the point of really what I think anybody should talk about, but most people don't talk about those things. So yeah, I thought it was really cool the way she did it, almost as if like she just didn't know any better because she's from a land that's filled with women that are all awesome and all accomplish everything and don't need men to get any shit done.
Yeah.
It really is crazy though, like what women get done. I mean, when you think of like women having babies and going back to work and like raising children, and how much of that pressure really is more on women than it is on men. It's so crazy that like if a dude had to do half the stuff that women do, I really don't think it would get done. Is that wrong to say? Is that rude to say?
I don't think it's rude to say, but I think it's like I think about like my mom like having my brother and sister like when I was a kid, and like right after kind of giving birth, she was like up and around, which we now know is like your body is going through a freaking war, and you're like up, and you have to take care of this baby, and it's like it's incredible what we're able to do, I think, when push comes to shove.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think it's crazy. Like, yeah, when I think of like my mom raising my brother and I, it's like, yeah, she was like, you know, for the most part, a single mom doing her thing. She worked so many different jobs.
Crazy.
We never really went without. And she was also like, had energy to do stuff that like we did extracurricular activities. She coached our soccer teams.
It's crazy.
She had a broken arm and would like still take us like bike riding or like camping. Like she just got so much shit done, and none of it seemed like an effort. It just seemed like stuff that she wanted to do. Like she never slacked like at all. And
I think that's like, I think this movie is really great in that I think it's just like a reminder to, I mean, I felt really empowered watching it. I was like, oh, wow, I'm like, the world is my oyster in an odd way. And I was like, holy shit, like I am a badass. Like, look out, world, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, man, eat my dust, world.
Absolutely. And it's like, screw you, man. I will wear these high-waisted pants and sweat through my denim shirt. Come at me, bro.
Come at me. Also, and I also know how to get rid of these stains because I know how to do all those things.
Absolutely. Although unrelated, I did ruin a university costume dress because I sweat through it, and it was a woman. It was a girl's end of year project, and she was pretty pissed. Anyways, what were we talking about?
These things happen. Today, I was going to do laundry. And I'll just end it on this note that I went to go do laundry. I was about, I got to get some stuff done before I go on the road tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I put clothes back in the dryer because oftentimes when John does his laundry, he just takes it out of the dryer and places it on the floor, which is crazy. And I'm going to strike him when I see him because of this. But I went to go put it back in the dryer to like get the wrinkles out of it.
Yeah.
This guy, he has gum everywhere. He lives it in his pockets. It's everywhere. There was gum all over the inside of our dryer. I almost died.
Hold on.
I sent him very threatening text messages.
We need to just stop for just 1 second and go back. So he puts gum in his pocket?
I don't know. I don't even know where it came from or how this happened. I'm trying to jump to the conclusions here like anybody else, but there is gum like all over the inside of my dryer now. It's quite upsetting.
You know, this is upsetting to me because when we do Amazing Race, I can't deal with this bullshit. And like now there's just gum everywhere.
Yeah, look out. I mean, I hope that you like, I can't remember the name of the gum. The clean one. What's it called?
The clean
You've got a clean mouth, a dirty mouth.
No, I don't know that.
Those like commercials.
I know, I get
dirty
it.
Mouth.
Trident?
No, I'm not Trident. I can't think of the name of it.
Big Red?
I don't know the name of this. I feel like it's constantly like
Orbit?
staring me in the face. Orbit. It's Orbit.
Orbit.
Orbit Sweetness. That shit is all over my house. It makes me crazy.
Oh, real? I can't. I mean, that's, yeah. I'm not. I used to, when I was a kid, fall asleep with gum in my mouth and go, today it'll just stay where it's supposed to stay. And then I was like, oh, it's in my hair. Such an idiot loser kid.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love how that's your closer. I'm like, what am I going to close for our chat today? I mean, I taught teen boys how to do stand-up this week, and it just put everything into perspective that
Girls rule and boys rule.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a teen boy with a teen stash, but I will say I usually am like, this is what I'll leave it on, because I was like, great, it's all these teen boys and whatever. They were so supportive, and they individually each came in and told me that they really were thankful that I was there and that I really helped them, and they respected my opinion.
That's very sweet.
So as much as we're like, men sucks, I mean, it's nice to know.
Men are great. I don't think that men aren't great. I just think women are fantastic.
Yeah.
Men get a lot of shit done too, but women are just like, we're capable of so much. It's really amazing.
So much more.
No, men are fantastic. I always think that men are more romantic and more sweet than women are, really, when it comes down to it.
You think so?
Yeah, I do think that.
Oh my God, that's a whole nother can of worms, and we're near the end of it.
Yeah, we'll save it for another episode, but I do think that men are more romantic than women are.
Do you think it's because we force them to be?
Maybe. I don't know.
I will leave it with, I think it's like, I think, maybe, I don't know how to put it. I don't know what I was going to say. For a while, I hated flowers. I've since come around, but I'm flowers. Like, you like flowers?
I love flowers. I don't ever get flowers, but I do love them. I buy myself flowers. Yeah, I love flowers.
Nice.
Having fresh flowers in the house is fantastic. And I always just I've started to get more into a habit of buying them when I'm at the grocery store, just because I love having them in the house. I think they're so pretty. They're nice to have.
It's real nice. I
love them. Yeah, they're so good.
Well, I think we did a good job, and we did another. I know some of you reached out and said that you really liked our rambles. So we we like that, because then we don't have to write anything down on paper. But we do have a conspiracy theory pod coming up, and I'm excited for that.
Me too. I'm very, very, very excited for that. And we're also going to have a video podcast coming up soon, which is going to be so great. I can't wait.
Should we make that a Q&A or something, so we can do a live one?
Let's definitely do a Q&A. That's going to be in 2 weeks that we'll do that.
2 weeks. Video 2 weeks.
Podcast. We'll tweet out or send out something to do to do a Q&A with you guys.
Oh my God.
In real life, IRL.
I was just about to say ERL. I'm done. Today's done.
TRL.
I can't.
TRL.
Okay, so shall we conclude with a end of the week ghost?
Would this be a Wonder Woman ghost?
Yes. Oh my God, so good. Yes.
Okay, ready?
I'm not gonna lie, I was fearful your boob was gonna pop out when you did that, but
listen, there's not a lot of room for error in this muscle tank bralette situation. I'm just trying to get through the dog park, and
I'm
holding my boobs in my shirt.
Well, I mean, and that's some words to live by. Grab your boobs and go see Wonder Woman if you haven't done it already.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
I'll see you guys next week. Bye.